If you've got a brand you're proud of, or you're just getting started but still can't clearly explain what makes you stand out, this video is for you. Most brands try to be everything to everyone and end up sounding like no one. We're breaking down the 5 keyword method, a simple framework that gives you clarity on who you are, how you show up, and who you're really for. It's the same method that helped one of our clients boost conversion by 40%. And at the end of this, we'll share how it gave us the clarity to walk away from a $60,000 client and why we're glad we did. Let's talk about it.
Before we walk through the full method, here's the most important thing you need to know. What makes this method powerful isn't picking 5 random words, it's the intentional boundaries it helps you set. Most brand exercises suck because they leave too much room for confusion. That's what we're helping you lock in. Your 5 keywords create the foundation. They make every future decision, from content to offers to messaging, feel aligned, authentic, and clear. Limiting yourself to just 5 words forces you to make the kind of tough calls that sharpen your identity instead of watering it down.
We never thought we'd be helping people build their brands. At first, we were just creating videos, project after project for different businesses. But the more we filmed, the more we kept running into the same problem. Most brands had no idea who they were. They thought a video would magically fix everything, but they couldn't tell us what made them different. No keywords, no values, no clarity. You can probably imagine how that made our jobs harder. When they didn't know who they were, we couldn't tell their story. We were just creating content to fill space, and that's not how we work. So we switched things up. We started letting our clients know up front, before we ever touch the camera, we need to make sure you know what you stand for. We didn't realize it at the time, but that change had everything to do with brand clarity. Because if you're not clear on that, nothing else will be.
And once we started helping people get that clarity, we realized we needed to do the same for ourselves. So we walked through the exact process we're about to show you and came up with these 5 keywords that guide everything we do. Authentic. We get hype about telling real stories and working with people who are unapologetically themselves. Passionate. We love working with clients who are just as committed to their story and purpose as we are. Comfort. Making people feel comfortable is our superpower. On camera, in their skin, and in the whole process. That comfort leads to the most real, unforgettable moments. We don't just capture stories. We create spaces where people can actually show up fully. Inspiring. We want our lives to be inspiring, creating a ripple effect that leaves people more motivated after being around us. Unforgettable. We want every interaction to leave a mark, the kind that sticks with people long after the work is done.
Now, one thing we want you to notice, these words don't just shape your brand. They shape your personal life too. When you're honest about this process, you'll start to see overlap because who you are and how you build your business are connected. Take passionate, for example. It guides a lot of our choices. We've passed on clients who were just chasing money with no real mission behind what they were building. That's business. But even in our personal life, we don't hang out with people who aren't passionate about something because that kind of energy creeps in if you let it, and we're not trying to deal with that. These 5 keywords aren't just feel-good words. They're filters. They help protect how we show up, who we work with, and even who we let in our circle.
Before we help you find your keywords, you need to first understand why brand identity matters. Let's talk about some of the biggest brands right now. Think Apple, Nike, and Disney. What do they all have in common? A crystal clear brand identity. Apple attracts tech lovers and creatives who value simplicity and cutting-edge design. Nike connects with athletes and go-getters inspired by empowerment and victory. Disney attracts families and dreamers who cherish magical, nostalgic experiences. Now, whether it's intentional or not, you already have a brand identity. If you always show up late, that's your identity. If you always wear a suit and tie, that's your identity. If you deliver on your word, that is your identity. Here's the good news and the bad news. You don't control your brand identity, your audience does. But you can guide how they perceive you through strategic storytelling, messaging, and creative visuals.
You have to accept that you can't reach everyone. Let me share a quick story. There was this old man and his son traveling with their horse. The man rode while the son walked. A young guy saw this and criticized the dad for not caring about his kid. So the dad got down, let his son ride instead. Then an old woman saw him and called the son disrespectful for letting the dad walk. Now they're confused, so they both jump on the horse. You're not going to believe what happens next. A group of men start flipping out, saying they're overloading the horse. So they both get down and walk beside it. And of course, another group starts clowning them for walking when they have a perfectly good horse. The moral: people's opinions reflect their own experiences and biases. You can't please everyone. Your brand won't be for everyone. And it's not supposed to be. What matters is staying true to what your brand is actually about.
Now, let's walk you through how to actually come up with your 5 keywords. These 5 questions will help you dig into what makes your brand real and unique. What kind of clients inspire you most? For us, it's authentic. Who are the people you love cheering for? What values do they have that fire you up? What beliefs or attitudes make you want to go the extra mile for them? Are there qualities in your best clients that you'd want to attract more of?
What makes your approach different? For us, it's comfort. What do you do that other people in your space don't? What methods or styles are unique to you? What do clients talk about after working with you? If a competitor tried to copy you, what would they still never replicate?
What types of clients do you prefer working with? For us, it's passionate. Who brings you energy instead of draining it? What mindset or commitment level do they have? Are they coachable, collaborative, open to new ideas? Who challenges you in a good way to bring your best?
How do you want your clients to feel about your service or product? For us, it's inspired. What emotions should they associate with you every time they think of you? Should they feel excited, confident, safe, bold? How should they describe you to their friends? If you overheard them talking about you, what would you hope they say?
What impact do you want to achieve through your brand? For us, it's unforgettable. What's the long-term change you want to happen? What legacy do you want your work to leave? How will people's lives be different because they interacted with you? If someone comes back years later, what would you hope they still remember about you? For each question, come up with a list of 10 to 20 possible keywords, then narrow it down to the one that fits best. This isn't something you want to rush through.
This is how these words actually protect you in real life. We had a client who had money and a solid network. We worked with him for a while, then started seeing red flags that we honestly ignored at first because he was paying us so well. We'd be around him and people from his circle. He'd be friendly to their faces, then act 100% different when they weren't around. That hit big on our keyword authentic. So after some time, we let him know we couldn't keep working with him. Looking back, we're grateful we trusted our values and walked away, because since then, we've seen a lot of the same people who stayed get burnt pretty bad. Some even told us they wish they'd disappeared like we did. This guy was great at putting on a show to seem like he was one thing, but behind the scenes, it was a mess. If we hadn't been clear on what we stood for, we could have been screwed just like everyone else. Once you've locked in your brand identity, it becomes way easier to say no to the wrong clients before they even become a problem. It helps you say yes to the right ones and protect your time, energy, and creativity.
So let's fast forward. You've come up with your keywords. Now what? How do you actually implement them? One way we use ours is in our brand videos and how we handle clients. With our keyword authentic, we never script fake testimonials or stage reactions. What you see in our projects is real. We also keep behind the scenes moments raw because authenticity matters more to us than looking perfect. Another keyword for us is inspiring. That shows up in how we frame client stories. We always look for a transformation or lesson that leaves the viewer motivated. We're not just out here creating highlight reels. We want the stories that actually move people. These keywords influence how we design proposals, what questions we ask, how we edit, and even who we say yes to. So for you, start here. Could your onboarding process better reflect your keywords? Are there changes you can make to pricing or offers so they feel more aligned? When you look at your socials, do they match the tone of your keywords? Is there a part of your client experience that needs to be updated to better reflect your values?
When you design around your keywords, you make your brand magnetic to the people you actually want and protect yourself from the ones you don't. Think of it like magnets. When you and your clients are aligned, it clicks. But if you've ever tried pushing two magnets together on the wrong side, they repel. You can only force them to connect by holding them in place. And even then, it never lasts. That's exactly what happens when you try to change who you are just to win a client. You may make it work for a little while, but long term, it falls apart.
Remember what we promised in the beginning of this video?
And at the end of this, we'll share how it gave us the clarity to walk away from a $60,000 client and why we're glad we did.
The part that makes this method 10 times more useful than traditional brand exercises. We've learned that if someone hits at least 3 out of our 5 keywords, they'll probably be a great fit to work with. Simple rule, but powerful. It saved us from having headache clients and helped us find our people way faster. We've tried to make it work with clients who hit maybe 1 or 2 of the 5, and every time it turned into something we regretted. So if the client, project, or opportunity doesn't line up with at least 3 out of your 5 brand keywords, it's probably not worth it. Your keywords aren't just about branding. They help with alignment, decision-making, and clarity in how you build and grow.
Now it's your move. Grab the free 5 keyword method worksheet linked in the description and get clear on your brand identity. While you're here, check out our video on the content batching system that saved our sanity. It pairs perfectly with this brand clarity work and will help you implement your keywords consistently.